Is it lame to film in front of a bookshelf when you don't read that much? So Heterosexual Pride Day was trending on Twitter a couple days ago. Now this was obviously a reaction to the gay pride movement because there have been a lot of gay pride and LGBT pride activities and parades and stuff in the month of June. And I'm not sure, but I think the person who started the hashtag Heterosexual Pride Day was joking. But of course the internet took it and ran with it, as they do everything. I find this to be very similar to the hashtag All Lives Matter in reaction to Black Lives Matter. It's basically people seeing someone else and seeing another group of people mobilize and express themselves and express pride, and then you think to yourself, what about me? I don't know, it's like an inability to experience empathy. Like, I don't understand it. Like, if you're walking down the street and you see someone like trip and fall and skin their knee, you're probably gonna cringe at that a little bit because of empathy. But for some reason, a lot of people are just unable to abstractly experience empathy, to just even for a second to try to understand where other people are coming from. Like, sometimes other people have a struggle that you're not a part of. It's okay. You don't have to include yourself in everything. Being heterosexual, much like being white or being able-bodied, has for the longest been treated as the default in our society, and probably most societies. And affirming pride in something that's considered the default is really weird. It's like fucking ability to walk pride. Let's have a parade for everybody that can walk because we matter too. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. The reason that there is a LGBT pride movement or a black pride movement or whatever is because certain groups of people are marginalized in society. People are treated as second-class citizens. In many countries, it's literally illegal to be a homosexual. So when you say pride, you're countering those negative stereotypes and those negative thoughts about your group. You're saying, even though you treat me like shit and you tell me that I'm a piece of shit, I am not a piece of shit. I'm proud. It's a defense against an attack on your group. When your group is not being attacked by anybody, it makes no sense to affirm this pride. And by doing that, you are detracting from and denying that these issues exist. If you're saying that there should be a straight pride because there's a gay pride, you're delegitimizing the whole reason that the LGBT pride movement exists in the first place. It seems to me to be another method that people use to deny the fact that certain groups have privilege in our society. If you go through the Heterosexual Pride Day hashtag, you see a lot of posts that are specifically in reaction to the LGBT pride. So you'll see a lot of posts from Christians, people who are like, I'm affirming that homosexuality is a sin. And then you'll see posts from people that are like, well, if gay pride gets shoved down our throats, then why not straight pride? I feel like this is evidence that this is just kind of a knee-jerk reaction. It isn't based on any real internal sense of pride. It's just people being a dick. See, these pride movements don't exist just because a group of people got together and just were like, you know what? I feel good about myself and I'm gonna have a parade because I think I'm cool. Like, that's not what it is. These movements exist as a pushback to all of the shit that these groups have to deal with. Like I said before, being gay is illegal in some places, and in some countries, the penalty is literally death. In many countries, including developed countries, it's legal to discriminate in the workplace against people based on their sexual orientation. LGBT people are frequent targets of bullying and hate crimes. This Heterosexual Pride Day thing occurred right after the mass shooting in Orlando, which was a hate crime against gay people. Talk about missing the fucking point. That's why people have parades. That's why people affirm their pride. That's why people wear rainbows. Because we live in a world where there are people who want to literally murder you because of your sexual orientation. And we live in a world where when something like that happens, there are assholes who think it was a good thing. So when you see like the problems that other people are facing, like problems like that, and you think to yourself, well, what about me? What about my problems? You are being an asshole. Like I said, this is not just a bunch of people being self-congratulatory and having parades just because. The idea and the goal is to get to a point where we don't need parades anymore. That's just me though. But I want to know what you think. Drop a comment. I want to say what's up to all the new subscribers. How you doing? If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button and subscribe if you like my hair. Thank you once again for watching my video. For those that don't know, I'm a full-time YouTube creator, and the only way that I'm able to do that is through your support, and a large portion of that support comes through Patreon. Now, Patreon is a crowdfunding site for people like me with ongoing creative projects. It's kind of like an online tip jar where you can set it up to donate just a couple bucks every time I make a new video. So if you find any value in my channel or my videos, or if you just want to support me, please consider signing up for Patreon. That would be super amazing and totally appreciated. But even if you don't feel like it, or if you can't, that's fine too. I just thank you for watching.